All right, for this problem, it says what values of x will make each equation true. So that's another way of saying solve for x. So for this first one, it's just x plus 5 equals 5. All we do is subtract 5 from both sides, bring down our x, and x equals 0. So if you think about it, 0 plus 5 equals 5. Yeah, makes sense. For this one, I notice I've got a lot of stuff over here on the right side of the equal sign. And I also notice I've got some like terms I could combine, so it's always a good idea to simplify before you start solving things. So let's see, my 3x is a like term with my negative x, or my minus x, and then my plus 1 and my minus 7, those can go together. So I'm going to go ahead and just solve both of those things at the same time, or combine them both. So my 3x and my minus x together, that makes 2x, and then a 1 and a minus 7 makes minus 6. And then I end up with this kind of weird situation, 2x minus 6 equals 2x minus 6. So to be honest, you could stop there and just say, yes, that's a true statement. So anything you plug into x will just work. So the solution is all solutions work, or all real numbers. If you want, you can keep going with solving, and I'll show you what happens. Like, I typically like to move my x's all to one side, so I might try to subtract the 2x and think I might get my x's over on the left, but then if I do that, look what happens. All my x's just go away. I end up with negative 6 equals negative 6. Again, just a true statement. And then if I wanted to like add 6 to both sides just for fun, let's see what happens. I end up with 0 equals 0. So you could just keep solving if you want, but the point is to know is that all solutions work, right? All solutions. For this one, I've got 3x, is it supposed to be minus 1? No, sorry, I thought that was wrong. It's plus 1. 3x plus 1 equals 43. So I'm gonna leave my x alone. It's always good to worry about that 3 last. You wanna worry about the numbers that are not attached to the x first. So I've got a plus 1, so I'm gonna subtract 1 from both sides. And when I say both sides, I mean both sides of the equal sign. If you haven't solved equations in a while, there's a reminder. So I bring down my 3x. That means my 1 went away. 43 minus 1 is 42. And then my last step is to divide both sides by 3. And 42 divided by 3 is 14. So 14 is the solution that will work for this equation. For this one, so a little bit of an interesting situation. We've got 4x minus 1 equals 4x plus 7. So depending on how your understanding of how this all works, you might just look at that and know that nothing's gonna work. Like, there's nothing you could plug in for x that's gonna make the other side match it, because I've got these different numbers here. If you don't really understand what I'm saying with that, I'll go ahead and start solving and show you. So like I said, I like to move my x's to the left. So I'll start by subtracting 4x, see what happens. All right, well that ended up just getting rid of all my x's. So I end up with this weird statement, negative 1 equals 7, which just isn't true. So for this problem, you're gonna say no solutions work for that problem. Hopefully that helped you with solving equations.